What is the top secret to negotiate lower MOQs with Alibaba suppliers for Amazon FBA? I'm Feng Chen, and I help people by sharing marketing and business advice. If you would like to learn more about sourcing in China for your FBA business and would like to learn more about this topic, be sure to subscribe my YouTube channel and click the bell button. So, you must be a brand owner or e-commerce sellers because you're looking for information about how to lower the MOQs. You're in the right place because in this video, I'm gonna let you know 9 tips to negotiate lower MOQs with Alibaba suppliers for your FBA business. So let's dive right in. First of all, what is MOQs? MOQs, it actually stands for minimum order quantity. MOQs are set by manufacturers to save money on production, shipping, and inventory cost. In short, because of the economic of scale, the higher the volume, the lower the cost. So why suppliers or manufacturers, they have MOQs? It's because there's a lot of labor works, materials, machine setup. A lot of this kind of cost, in order to cover their cost, they have to obtain a certain number of minimum order. Otherwise, the supplier is going to lose money. No business want to lose money. So that's why a lot of suppliers, they insist on minimum order quantity. That makes sense. And on the other hand, you as an e-commerce seller, right? Then if this is your very first product, you really don't want to have a high MOQs. You just want to minimize your risk. Because of this reason, I'm going to tell you 9 tips on how to get a lower MOQs from suppliers. So here we go. The first one is product detail specifications. For this tip, the more specific information you can provide to your manufacturers, the higher the chance that they can lower the MOQs. Just give them more information, accurate information such as the color you're looking for and the materials or the designs. The next tip is be flexible with your delivery date. What does that mean? It means that, just try to be flexible, maybe just tell your supplier that I'm okay if you can send me the product this month or next month. I don't really care that much as soon as you give me a good MOQs. Group buy and co-op purchasing. So let's say you're in seller communities, maybe a Facebook group, right? Then just try to get a couple of friends who are doing the similar or the same products. Because you guys are doing a new launch anyways, right? All of you don't want to have a high risk by having a very high MOQ in the very beginning. This way, not only that you guys can combine the orders, to get the right MOQ, but also you guys can share the risk of the new launch product. The next tip is commit to a long-term contract. So a lot of suppliers, to be honest, they are seeing new potential buyers just like you every day, every single day. Many of the potential buyers are asking the same questions. Can I get a lower MOQs? So as a suppliers or the sales rep, they are pretty used to being asked by having a lower MOQ. So because of this reason, you got to think of a way to make them feel like I'm not just a one-time customers. I have a high potential, high chances for you that I'm gonna have a repeat orders. So try to commit a long-term contract in this situation. Just tell them your goals, right, of the product launch. After the first initial successful launch, I'm gonna place the order, for the next month, for next quarter, for how many units. Then in this case, they will have a better sense that you are not a one-time customer. The next tip is to offer to pay for shipping or deposit upfront. As we have just discussed, a lot of suppliers or sales rep, once they are seeing one-time customers or customers that only asking for quotation without buying, right? You gotta let them know that you're gonna give them more commitment for the cooperation. So one way is to offer to pay the shipment or some deposit upfront. So when they feel like, okay, this buyer, they're actually serious, right? You are serious about the transaction. They will be more willing to offer you a good MOQs. The next tip is to look for province in China that has a lower labor cost. There are actually many provinces in China. They all have different labor costs. Some are very high and some are very low. So if you are struggled with getting a good MOQs for suppliers in that area, in a specific area, then try to think of the other province, because you may be surprised that the labor cost is much lower. In this situation, your MOQ getting from the suppliers in these areas, would have a greater chance to be lower. The next tip is to use 3D printing. So it really depends on what product you have. For some products, the only way that you produce it is to use a big machine. In this situation, there's no way that you can lower the MOQ. But if your product is suitable for using other alternative method to produce, such as 3D printing, just consider a different production method. In this situation, if you are using 3D printing, the suppliers will be able to produce it in a lower MOQ. Be creative with your designs. So you gotta always be flexible to adjust, the products and the design. Say you can, for example, adjust your materials, the product materials, or adjust your designs. Because in the supplier perspective, why they can lower the MOQs? One of the reasons is because they have to purchase the material from the outside. What if they have certain similar materials sitting in their warehouse, right? You get my point. So try to work with the supplier to see if the MOQ can be lowered if you are willing to adjust the design of the material. If you have already tried all the methods and tips, but you still couldn't get a good MOQs, right? In this situation, consider using a drop shipper. What drop shipper means? It means that you have your inventory stored in a warehouse and only ship out, only make the shipment on demand. Talk to your supplier to see if they are willing to help you store your inventory in their company for a while, right? And then once you are ready for the next or the second or the third Amazon FBA shipments, just tell them to fulfill on demand. For example, if your first batch is 1,000 units and you only need 500 units, right, for your first shipment, then just store the other 500 units in your supplier warehouse and wait until your next batch. That is it. I hope these 9 tips can help you to get a lower MOQs, when you are sourcing in China. Comment below and share your experience with other audience. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.